important to see if some cars are going to pass by, some motos are going to pass by, something. The neighbors going to come through, get to slamming gates and doors and everything. But we here.
It is a red light. Pero bueno.
What up, what up, what up? I didn't like that. What up, what up, what up? What's happening? Que lo que mi gente. Welcome to Love, Purpose, and Passports. Hope all is well and all are passport ready. A passport getting ready. For those of you that don't know, I am Mr. Pro for you, living in Santo Domingo, Dominican Republic, with this beautiful lady of mine right here, Miss Pro for you.
Saludos. Hello.
So how you doing today, Miss Pro?
I am doing very well. Thank you. How are you, sir?
Ooh, you are looking very well today.
You like my outfit?
I love it.
I wore it for you.
And you know why else she wore it?
Why?
Because it's hot up in here.
It is.
You will notice us getting a little shiny, during this broadcast, during this taping of this video. We will be getting hotter because some of you may remember who've been around. About a year ago, we had the Broken AC Chronicles.
We're back.
Because remember, you're the one that's on, I'm sweaty.
You just don't know how to do this, right?
I can't see myself.
Aww.
So I was saying something. Let me get back to what I was saying. We're back to the Broken AC Chronicles, part 2. That's a whole story in itself. We've been thinking it was going to be fixed in the last couple of days, but we've told you about how things go here. No matter what you try to do, it's still island time. So we're going to be sitting here sweating in this tropical weather, but we here.
We are.
So, beautiful lady of mine, today, this is going to be a good topic, right?
Really? What's the topic about?
This topic today is about driving in the Dominican Republic.
Oh, my. Oh, my.
Wee.
So many opinions about that.
Yes, and most of the opinions are true.
Yeah?
One way or another. They're not far from the truth. Driving here is
an experience,
an adventure, a headache, and everything else wrapped all up in one that you will go through every time you get behind the wheel. I got this Tourette's thing that pops off every time I get behind the wheel. I've been trying to get over it.
Not working.
If the windshield could talk, it would tell on me and what I say when I'm in that car by myself. But when I'm not by myself,
it's actually still pretty bad.
It's
still pretty bad, mi amor.
Look here.
I have learned some new words with him.
Look at here. Boy, look at here. This driving, all I can say is we're going to help you out. We're going to tell you about what to expect and what not to expect. You're going to be ready by the time we get done with this video. So, beautiful lady of mine.
That's me.
What is the first one we're going to tell them about?
The first one we want to talk to you about are the rules of the road.
The rules of the road. The first thing about rules of the road, there are no rules of the road. Let me be nice about it. Our rules of the road are not their rules of the road.
I can agree to that.
I mean, they know their rules of the road, and we know rules of the road. So don't get out here expecting things to flow like we used to things flowing. There will be people merging from across the road to wherever they got to merge to. It just happens.
Sometimes they'll stop in the middle of the road so they can merge, even if they're not supposed to merge.
And that brings me to my next one. There are no fast lanes here on the highway. There's just lanes. There's no fast lane. There's just a lane. So when you're in that lane that, I've been trying to mentally create a fast lane for them, mentally teach them what the fast lane is here. It's not working. So when you're in that far lane and you pushing, just like the other day, this car just stops in front of me. Now we talking about a 4-lane highway. I'm in the fast lane, the far lane, just stopped in front of me. I dip around. I'm looking in my rear view mirror. He's sitting there with his blinker on to get off. Hey, was I the only one mad? No, but it is what it is.
Pretty sure you were the only one that said the words that you said, though.
Yo hablo inglés in these situations. The big ones.
They're very big. I have to say, I've been driving since a young lady here, and I didn't know what the fast lane was. I learned that from my husband.
She just found what the fast lane was like recently. Because she used to hear me talking about it. And then we saw a video, right? I showed this video on YouTube. I said, look at this video. Well, we saw someone getting a ticket. Technically, they were driving the speed limit, but they weren't driving with the flow of traffic. And so I was showing, I said, see, this is the fast lane. You see them getting a ticket? They were getting a ticket for driving too slow. So trying to explain to her which lane is the fast lane. Once she saw that, she was like, oh, I didn't know that. Yeah, there is a fast lane and a slow lane.
I also did not know what a carpool lane was. Carpool.
Yeah, no car. Every lane's a carpool lane. The guagua lane, the crunch. I call them the little guaguas, the crunch box.
Crunch box.
The little vans that they pick up everybody in.
Carpool. How cool is
every
that?
lane. They need to get one here. Yeah, they get a carpool lane. That'd be nice. You know what I'm saying? Diamond lane, whatever you call it. Now they call them all kind of lanes now. But I'm trying to explain to her what those lanes were. But, look, don't expect it. Don't expect it. They will stop anywhere at any time, and you don't know why. And you don't just be aware. You be driving. Another example of something that you're not going to be used to is when you're sitting at the red light, in traffic and getting ready to drive. When the light turns green, and all of a sudden people start darting across the street in front of you. Look. That's not, they will just come out and cross the street. And I'm talking about one person, bunch of people. And it's like the whole time you sitting at a red light, nothing. As soon as that light turn green and you about ready to time it and push on, you just see people coming across. Look, man, all that means is the guagua across the street or something, let them out.
And they're ready to cross.
Look at those thumbs up. Yeah. And they're crossing, you know what I'm saying? Right then, right when the light turned green for you, it happens, So these are just some of the things that, just to let you know that, don't get comfortable behind the wheel, but you're in a conundrum because a problem, on either side. Because you can say, okay.
Word conundrum. Just sounds like a cool conundrum.
It's cool. It's not cool in this situation because you say, okay, well, since driving here gets a little, it gets a little radical, you know what I mean? And so you say, well, maybe I'll just take Ubers and let somebody else drive. Me, myself, personally, I'm gonna be honest with you. I would rather drive most of the time because I know I can drive.
He drives very well.
You're not sure how the person drives that you get in the car with.
I like the way he parks. It's hot.
She know I whip that thing. She know I whip that thing.
It's hot.
In there.
He gets in the most difficult spots. I could never.
In there.
I was going to say something funny. So I had to take a driver's test to get my driver's license, right? And
who would have ever thought there was a driving test here? Who would have thought? There's a driver's test, and then they have like a road test. Mm-hmm. I mean, you're not on the road. You're like on a
like a parking area or whatever. And then they have basic questions. You know, I remember that the questions were like about the lights and some of the street signs and things like that. This is many, many years ago. But what I remember is when I went to take the road test and it came time for me to park, I like hit all the cones the first time, right? And I was so nervous and I almost started crying. And the man saw that I was nervous and I almost started crying. So he was like, well, let's just have some water, calm down, and let's try again.
Look, y'all know in the States, ain't none of that. Look,
again.
It's come back next time. Once you do one wrong move in the driver's test in the States, he said, okay, we can go on and head back or pull over or something. It's over. It's a wrap. One mistake.
I did a good thing the second time, though. I parked good. I mean, I don't park like you. I don't have like style or whatever, but I made it. I didn't kill anybody and the cones didn't fall the second time, so I passed.
Oh, so the first time you didn't, they made you come back?
No, I was there. He just said, calm down. I drank some water and I got right back in the car.
Ain't no such thing as that.
You know, I was nervous.
Oh, everybody, hey, in the state, ain't no such thing as that. One cone, one wrong turn, one not look over your shoulder when you're supposed to. That's it.
I think I hit all the cones.
Oh, no. Yeah. Yep. Rules of the road. Don't come here expecting them to drive in English. Them rules of the roads that we have, that's not their rules of the road. You know, they're a little more lax. You know what I mean? You know, things are, and that leads us into the next one we're going to talk about, you know, about them being lax. What's the next one, beautiful lady of mine?
The next one is...
We got love. We got love for the homies that be rolling with us. Shout out to the supporters of the channel.
Shout out to the supporters.
Y'all keep us in the game.
Thank you so much.
Our first supporter of the channel.
Who is that?
Necro Cannon.
El señor Necro Cannon.
Hey.
Gracias, señor.
We keep Necro Cannon on our good side because Necro Cannon sound crazy.
We're a little afraid of you, sir.
That's the homie though. Necro Cannon. We appreciate you. Thank you. This is one of the OG supporters of the channel.
OG.
Thank you so much, Brother B.
El hermano.
B-Hole. Hey.
Gracias, señor.
Thank you for supporting the channel, bro. We thank you. We appreciate you. LPP love. Gracias. To LPP fam. For the homies that be rolling with us. Back to the video.
Things that are optional.
I'm going to run it down to you about the things that are optional, speaking about these lax rules of the road. First one, brake lights. Don't come here expecting no brake lights. Brake lights are a gift. You know, brake lights here are optional. If someone has brake lights and they're working, just say thank you in your mind. But most of the time, I say a lot of the time, them brake lights ain't working. They're not there. You know what I'm saying? Don't be getting distracted looking, you know, and like, oh, look at him like, oh, looking there, yeah. And then, because, you know, we like subconsciously see the brake lights and we subconsciously slow down.
Yeah.
Don't do that here.
I hate to admit it, but he's right. Sometimes if you're driving behind like a guagua, or like he calls them crunch boxes, the little smaller public transportation.
It's like a van.
Sometimes they'll have like tape over the lights. Or the lights like won't exist, you know, and you just you can tell that they're gonna stop because they slow down, but not because the lights are like lighting up.
Yeah,
sometimes
we used to
the lights are not there.
Seeing the lights.
So he's right. Not all cars. We have a lot of modern cars.
There's some new cars,
but some cars.
They got them crunchy crunch boxes. You know what I'm
crunch.
saying? They crunch those, the little old Sentras and all kind of stuff. Ain't no brake lights, you know, and they would dip over and just stop in front of you and just be prepared to stop.
And crunch.
Or crunch.
Yeah.
That will happen. Another thing that's optional, driving in the center of the lane. What do I mean by that? Driving in the center of the lane in front of you or behind you. Them boys, they know how to take over like maybe a quarter of the next lane, and like, you know, maybe the divider of the lane is coming right up under the car.
They maximize space. Space maximization
they take
on the road.
Space maximization. They taking up space. They're taking part of the next lane and taking part of your lane, and they just doing it.
He said something really interesting about the lanes. I was gonna say that sometimes when we do like pavement, like when they fix the roads, they'll fix the roads, but sometimes they won't paint the dividers again. So sometimes you end up being in a bunch of different lanes too.
She say that's why.
Not why. I'm just saying that happens.
No, you like sometimes they'll repave the road or something, and you won't see, there'll be no lines separating, you know, in portions of the street or whatever. But sometimes that's when they have a reason when you're like, okay, it's kind of like, you know, they just kind of, you know, doing that. But there's lanes where there's clear lanes, and they will drive. And I think it's because those guaguas and those little, what are the little cars called? The taxis, the little taxis or whatever.
Carro público.
Yeah, carro público. Yeah. I think they so used to pulling over that they kind of just veer that way when they driving, you know what I mean? Or something, because they will never be like directly in front of you. They over a little bit, you know, and hey, it is what it is. That's why I said it can't be no such thing as really drunk driving here, you know, and, you know, for us, it's not that you're drunk driving, it's that you're driving like you're drunk. You know what I mean? Okay. That's how they identify it. If you're not driving really in the lane, what's going to happen? They're going to pull you over, and next thing they'll be testing, have you been drinking, right? You know, if you kind of driving extra slow in the lane or whatever, they mess around and pull you over and see if you've been, what's the problem? What's going on? Not here. You cannot gauge whether a person's been drinking or hasn't been drinking. You know, you can't gauge if everybody's been, you just can't tell. So, you know, be prepared. Let's see what else we got about, I got another one for you.
Uh-oh.
I got another one for you. It's optional to wait for the lane to be clear next to you. Say you want to get in the lane next to you. We wait for there to be a space, turn our blinker or whatever, and then wait for there to be a space and get over. Not here. Not here.
You inch your way over slowly.
You start getting right over on the person. Yeah, to let them know, to let the people know next to you that they need to get over.
Little by little.
Start getting over on you. And then you know what you want to do. You know what I mean? You want to let them get over, or they're going to get over. That's how. There's no waiting until it's clear. You just get over. So that's optional to wait till it's clear. You know, so, you know, be ready. Don't take it personal. Because I was like, man, where I come from, man, it'd be bullet holes in people's doors trying to get over. Because you think it's somebody doing that to you on purpose. You're like, what the hell? Are they trying to run me off the road or what? They're not trying to run you off the road. It really don't mean nothing by it. Like, just, I'm getting over. I need to get over. Just do it. You know what I mean? I'll probably be the maddest person out there. Now I ain't mad, though. I don't be mad. I express myself, but I'm not taking it personally. I mean, I will narrate.
Loudly. Frequently.
I will narrate the drive. But they will get over on you. Don't take it personally. They're not looking at you. They ain't trying to punk you. Well, they might be trying to punk you a little bit. But especially if you want them little shoebox cars, you know what I'm saying? Them little small ones. The smaller your car is, the more you're going to get pushed around out there.
That's true.
You know what I mean? So
there
is that, but it's not personal. You know, it's just the car you in. You know what I'm saying? The car you in is saying something different than what you really wanted to say. So they don't know you.
I'm laughing, but he's not wrong. When I'm driving and I see a little car and we're in a Jeep and I see a little car, I'm like,
yeah, you just get over. I do that too now. And you can tell the little cars drive around with low self-esteem. Because sometimes they be prepared, like, I already know they're about to try to, get over. Like, man, if you don't go.
No self-esteem.
They do. They used to get pushed around out here on the road.
Oh, no.
They are. Them little small little shoebox cars. So, there's that. So, let's see what else. What else we got here that is optional? Making a left-hand turn in the left-hand turning lane is optional. You can get in the left-hand turn lane and decide not to make a left-hand turn and go on and go straight. Now, also, some of these things happen less in the center of the city. You know what I'm saying? Where you get around more official stuff. You know, the cops are out there, and they'll
give you tickets.
Yeah, they'll give you a little ticket here and there sometimes, depending on. But when you're a little bit outside of the center of the city, these things go on, especially when that traffic get to locking up. You know what I mean? And all that. And so that's optional, making a left-hand turn in the left-hand turn lane. Sometimes they make a right-hand turn in the left-hand turn lane.
We've seen that.
Yeah.
We may have done that.
I joined in a few times.
Yeah, we may have done that once
so that's what we're trying. That's what we doing. Let's do it. I'll fit right on. Look, do as the Romans do. You know what I'm saying? They make it right-hand turns too. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes we gotta make our turn. But I'm just saying, be prepared. Be looking for all of these things. You know what I mean? You don't want to, don't take it, like Jermaine Jackson said, don't take it personal. Take the bitter with the sweet. Listen, have you hot. But most of the time, most of y'all are visiting. So they ain't gonna have you hot like if you live here and, you just, having one of them days where you like, man, if y'all don't get out of my way so I can get here. But we want you to have safe drives. Right. So be prepared for all of these things and get in where you fit in. Just, get your roll on, because like I said, you can let somebody else drive. You don't know how well they can drive, but they know driving here. So you ain't got too much to trip on. You know what I mean? It's a pretty easy decision, because another thing here, they be playing bumper cars relatively easy here. Okay. Putting little dings and bings in your car. Everybody, now we laugh. We see some of the neighbors' car got a little ding in it or something. We don't laugh at them. We just laughed at Hey, what a lot of the brothers say, it's not yours, it's just your turn. Hey, it's just your turn, man. It's just your turn. And little dings and dents and stuff. Look, it's hard not to get little dings in your whip here.
Yeah, we all kind of look at each other like,
yep. Boy, that was wearing me out. We got the whip here and try to keep that thing right. Woo, boy! You just finally gotta let it go. Gotta let go and let God. One thing I was gonna say, and we've mentioned this before, about stopping at red lights is optional at times. Like at nighttime, sometimes you'll see at nighttime red lights. You're just not gonna stop at the red lights. You know what I'm saying? You know that, right? I learned that from her when we first got here, because sometimes they're not safe, right?
Yeah, sometimes we would be coming back late at night from going out or dancing or whatever we were doing. And I'll be driving and I'll just go through a red light. And he's like, you went through the red light? And I go, yeah, well, there's nobody around. It's very dark. Nothing is going on. Yep. The best thing to do is run the red light. But you have to remember that someone else might be running the red light on the other way. So if you're going to run a red light, remember, everybody's running the red light. So make sure that you look and you kind of check it out. And it depends on the area that you're in too. Because, if it's in a dark area and nobody's around, I understand. But if you're in an area around a lot of people and things are happening, then, running a red light wouldn't be smart.
And the last one, and I'm sure there's many more, but the last one in this optional category, driving in the designated direction, is optional. I don't care if it's a main street or a neighborhood street. If you're on the side going this way, just be aware that there will be some people going that way.
It may be a moto. That happens a lot.
That happens a lot. I've seen guaguas.
We have seen guaguas and cars do the impossible.
They will go the opposite direction. I don't know what they thinking about or I know what it is. They gotta go. They
gotta get there. What are we gonna do? Just follow the traffic rules and be stuck in traffic? No.
Mm-mm. They will go the opposite way sometimes. And you will see, the longer you hear, the more you will see it. And you'll be like, look at this. And we try to grab the phone real fast.
Yeah, we never have we're so appalled. And it's so crazy that by the time we realize what's happening, that's it.
And I'm probably already pissed off anyway. And then I'll look at that and it'll make me laugh, because I'll finally be like, all right.
When he says, look at this, there's a lot of other words that come after this. So
look at this.
So it's not just look at this.
Yeah. Look, here's what it is. Be prepared for it. If you're going to get behind the wheel, if you're not behind the wheel, enjoy the show.
Take your glasses off right now.
Yeah, because this side just...
you want to have a little drink before it gets warm? A little baby refresh?
Mm-hmm. So, beautiful lady mine, that things that are optional was interesting, wasn't it?
Highly. Very much so. Absolutely.
It feels good sitting at home talking about it. You know what I mean? Because I was behind the wheel, boy. It's different. You know But, beautiful lady mine, what is the next one we're going to share with them?
So, the next one is something called hand signals.
Hand signals. So I've talked about this one before where, and this one isn't going to be that long, but the hand signals that you will see at times, like they call the street cops the Met, right? They do the traffic control. So you'll be driving and all of a sudden you'll see him going like this. To us, that means stop, don't go. It's, something is there. So you'll be ready to stop. But here, this means the same as this. So what they're saying is, come on, go. And they're actually, the faster they do it, they're telling you to, hurry up and get on across the interstate. That means, come on, let's go. But when you don't know, you'll be trying to step on your gas and your brake at the same time, trying to figure out what he's trying to tell you. So be aware of that. This means this.
I didn't know that there were specific hand signals that meant something. I know that means stop, right? And it says to you, that means stop. What are you doing? Right? Everything else that's not those two things means go. That's how I understand it, right?
It's, they ain't
any
got all
active hand movement.
They ain't got all them complications.
Actively go, right? And if they do this, or if they're, that means stop.
Mm-hmm.
It's pretty self-explanatory to me, but okay.
It is. And I got another one. And I'm going to have her translate what this means. This hand signal. When another driver...
Do you remember when I said that he would say, that's one of the ta-da-ta-da-ta-das?
I be having them doing that. Because I got to the point where they were making me mad. I'm like, all right, well, you're going to be mad too.
He used psychology while driving. He said, oh, you're going to make me mad?
Yeah.
Watch this.
Let's see that. Doing what you're doing. We just driving. We just getting there. It's just, I can drive. I have my little techniques and stuff because they will try to, regulate you behind their wheel. You know what I mean? But I learned that I've had that done to me plenty of times. It took me a while to learn how to do it because I was like, what are they doing? I'm like, oh, you got to you know what I'm saying? You got to put some snap to it and pull it back.
There is snappage. Snap.
So when they do that, you know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Yes.
That's them, cursing your existence behind the wheel. The hell are you? Yeah. So that's the hand signals for this time. There may be some more that we come up with next time we tell you about driving because this driving is a never ending topic here. There's always going to be some more, but we got the next one.
Oh, I got a hand signal. I got
another one
I use. Sometimes when I see something that's ridiculous and then like I'll get to the stoplight, I'll look at the person driving and be like, it's like, what does that mean?
The same as my traditional where you look through your tinted window, through their tinted window and cuss them out, you know what I mean? While they doing something stupid, driving slow.
That's my politically correct way of You know, like,
Yeah.
and then you keep driving because I'm not stupid enough to roll the window down. Please.
Nah.
Please. All of that is done from a safe distance.
Beautiful Lady Maya, what is the next one?
High beams.
High beams. This is a good one for you guys to know about high beams, about blinking the high beams at you. Because you know, in the States, when you're driving, like, say you and another person on a small street and you both come up to each other and you need, one of you has to go one at a time. When that person blinks their headlights at you, you know that's them telling you, okay, go ahead and pass. It's like a polite thing. They go click, click with the high beam, and then you know it's your turn to go. It's not that here. A lot of times it's the opposite. Every now and then, you'll run into a person, you'll come like maybe head up toward them, and they'll blink the light, and you're like, oh, okay, you know, and go. Feels good. Most of the time when they blink that headlight, that's them telling you they're about to go. Don't be sitting up there when they blink their headlight and go and pull out there. No, they're blinking to let you know coming through. It's the total opposite. You know, it took a while for me to figure that out because I'm like, what the hell? Now, and there's another thing they do when they blinking the headlight at you. That's their version of blowing the horn at you. So I'll be telling them, don't be blinking your headlights at me. They blinking at you with attitude.
Yeah, the blinking of the headlights of the high beams can mean a wide range of things. It can mean I'm coming through.
Yep.
It can mean I'm not letting you come through.
Yep.
It can mean what do you think you're doing? It can mean what do you think you just did? It can mean I'm polite. Go ahead. It can mean I am not polite. Don't go.
Yeah.
You know, it could mean a lot of things. You know, it could mean watch out. It could mean watch out, I'm coming through. It could mean a lot of things. So if somebody blinks the high beams, something is happening. That's
what it means most times.
Something is happening.
That they coming through. Ain't no polite behind the wheel here. There's no such thing as that here. You know, like I say, it's a little
polite. I'm polite.
No, polite that mean you'll be behind her blowing your horn. Like, if you don't get the hell out my way. Yeah. So we got another one. The next one is what, beautiful lady mine?
Potholes.
Potholes. So potholes are interesting things here because they are alive. You know what I mean? Not here today, gone tomorrow. Gone today, here tomorrow. And here tomorrow, and even bigger the next day. Because those things don't just, you know, it's a little, most of the time, like I find shortcuts how to get places. So it's me cutting through the neighborhood sometime because here it's good to know several ways to get somewhere instead of just the main streets, because the main streets can get locked up and you just be stuck in traffic. Right. You know what I mean? So I learned how to go through neighborhoods, but I had this thing I tell her that shortcuts here usually last about 6 months before they start tearing up your car because the roads just start breaking down and those potholes show up. Potholes. And if you don't live here and you're driving, you're not used to these potholes, how they just pop up. You know, I call some of them potholes, some of them are crock potholes. You know, some of them are pot tubs. Those things get big, and they start getting bigger and bigger and bigger before they get fixed. Yeah. So be aware, because you hit a pothole and next thing you done blew your tire out or you weren't expecting it, and you know, just all kind of things can happen. So be aware of that. But another thing that made me bring up the potholes was the manholes. The manholes.
That's a topic.
Woo! The manhole covers be missing sometimes.
A lot of times.
Yes. It'll be the same one missing. It'll be there, then it's gone again. It'll be there, it's gone again. And, you know, if you don't know, be aware. Keep your eyes on the road, literally. You know what I'm saying? Because them potholes will be missing. This other brother told me that some of the places where they got potholes missing, they got names. Oh. Yeah. I forgot where he said he lives out here, but he said, yeah, we got a name for something that's always missing. Cause we got one that's, it used to always be missing, but it's there now. You know which one I'm talking about?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It's on Kennedy. It's one there. It used to always be, I think they finally got, I was like, dang, it seemed like maybe it doesn't fit.
Do you remember that was the one time the manhole cover was off and someone put a tree in it? Like,
I wish I would have got that.
And they put a whole tree in it to alert you.
It was a whole tree. Like
huge,
the tree trunk went down there and came out. Oh, I wish I would have got a picture of that.
Yeah.
You know, we were so used to the manhole cover missing there that day that I saw it, I said, I couldn't believe that. They put a tree in because it was always gone. Come to find out, they be stealing it.
It turns out that they steal the manhole covers to sell the metal.
Yep, them things aren't bolted down tight enough. However they get them in there, but be aware. And that's why we say a lot of times, if you're not used to it here, I'm telling you, there's so many different obstacles that you can face driving at nighttime.
Yeah,
that you're not used to. So between the potholes and the speed bumps and the manhole covers that could be missing, just that alone, you know, you'll be hitting stuff and, you know, all kind of stuff and don't really know it. You know what I mean? So be aware of that. You know, the manhole, the potholes and the manhole covers get crazy.
Yeah.
You know, and especially, like I say, I cut through the neighborhoods because, you know, sometimes I just got to, you know, they're just shortcuts instead of sitting in traffic stuck like it is. But the main streets be having potholes sometime too, depending on where you are. So just be aware of those. Not as many manhole covers missing, but be aware that it does happen. You know what I mean? And don't just expect it to be there. You know, especially when, you know, it's a different type of driving condition when it's flooded. You know what I mean? Yeah. So, you know, we'll talk about that. We've talked about that before in another video. You know what I'm saying? Let's throw this video up right here. You know what I mean? What are the videos are right here? Yeah, video. How to drive in DR when it's raining and when there's a flood. Mm-hmm. It's a good video we did. Check it out. So what we got next, beautiful lady? Mine after
motos.
Oh, them damn motos. Can't stand them. Nobody here likes the motos though. It ain't just I'm not alone in that.
No.
You know what I mean? I'm not alone. The motos are crazy. And, you know, they just some prima donna crying. They remind me of the entitled bike riders that I used to see sometime in New York. See, in Cali, people just get ran over. But in New York, them bikes, they'll try to take over the lane and they just very, very entitled here. That's how the motos are. You know, they'll be crying about stuff, but they'll cut you off all day long. You know what I mean? Get to acting tough, thinking all of them are, you know, tigres. You know what I'm saying? Like they all about that life, you know, just because they got a moto. They not all like that.
You can kind of tell the difference between them. Between the ones that are a little more...
They got a little lean. They got a gangster lean.
They do. They ride to the side.
Right,
their elbows are inside. They don't drive out elbows. Yeah. The elbows are in. And then they like drive to the side.
They dip harder. Yeah, they got sometimes they let their arms swing, you know, while they ride and change the lanes. Or their leg will be swinging. It's like the closer you get to the hood, the more creative the moto style of driving is, you know? So you got to watch out for them. And here's the reason why you got to watch out for them. You're used to driving and, you know, you'll look and you'll see where you're going to change lanes and you'll just change lanes when you see that there's that space right there. The motos are always shooting between the cars.
Yeah.
They're always shooting between the cars and you won't be ready for that. You won't know. And it's too easy to like get in an accident with them when you're not prepared for how they, you know, dip through the cars so much. You know what I mean? And that's the thing. Like, I dislike them, but I'm used to them now. You know, I be blocking them off too. You ain't gonna be zipping past both sides. You're gonna pick a side. I'm gonna get close to the wall on this side, you know what I mean? To make sure y'all stay on that side. Because if not, they'll dip on both sides of you and be stuck, how you stuck in between them. And they just get crazy. You know what I'm saying? Depending on where you're going and where you are. Because it's just more motos. I mean, they're just everywhere.
It's something that he always notices that I don't even see anymore. But he notices, he says that when we're at a red light, in front of all the cars, there'll be like an army of motos in front of all the cars. So when the light changes color to green, you have to wait for all of them to go before you can go.
They take off so slow. And if you like 4 cars back from the light, they take off so slow that by the time everybody else takes off, you be done missed the light and you was only 4 cars back. Oh, they had me hot. Hey, look, they just started enforcing pulling in the crosswalk. So I used to pull all the way up in the crosswalk so they can't get in front of me. They got to get on the sides. I'm sitting up there.
War, he was ready.
I'm telling you, they get crazy though. You got to do what you got to do because they will They will kind of force you to do things you don't want to do, and they just don't care. I mean, they dip in front of you, they dip behind you. Don't get like in a tight situation. They will all gather up around. I mean, it's just crazy.
It's intimidating.
Yeah, it's crazy.
When there's a lot around, it could be intimidating for me.
Yeah, for her, not me. Boy.
No, not for him.
You know, yeah, they be mad too sometimes.
Most of the time.
Yeah. I know it. I know they moves. I got my moves too. But
he likes some of them though. I know that whenever he sees them doing like tricks,
yeah, they do willies and stuff like that.
He likes them and makes noise and then there's like these motos that are, it's like a moto stop, right? That we pass by and they all like him and they're all like friends with him or whatever, and all our delivery moto drivers love him. So
yeah, those are the homies. Those are the homies.
Yeah, he doesn't like go to war with all of them. He just doesn't want the ones that drive crazy around him.
Yeah, or the ones that drive like you didn't even be on the moto, man. Get off the moto and go get on the bus or get in the car because you do not know how to drive. They're in front of you doing 10 miles an hour, you know, in a 35-mile-an-hour zone or something like that, and they just drive
in the middle of the lane.
Yeah.
Yeah,
smack in the middle of the lane,
unnecessary.
Yeah, with the briefcase on the shoulder strap or something, man. If you don't get out the way, so that's the motos. But the main thing we're talking about the experience around them and stuff. But the main thing is be aware, man, because you don't want to hit them. And if you're not aware of when you change the lanes, that a lot of times they'll be shooting through the lanes like that. It'll be too easy to hit them because they're zipping fast. Like you're getting ready to just get over because you see it clear, but you don't know how fast they be going between the lanes. So that's the main thing, that it's very, 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 very easy to accidentally hit them if you're not aware. So be aware of the motos that are shooting between the lanes. You'll be all good. They get on your nerves, but at least you won't speed bump them. What's the next one, beautiful lady mine? Tolls. Tolls are interesting, you know. And you could probably talk more about tolls than I can, but I just wanted to let them know about how the price went up and what to expect, you know, when they get to the toll. Like, I think it used to be 60 pesos or something.
Yeah, it's 100 now. Went up.
Yeah, it went up to 100. And this is the toll. They're not all the same price though, are they?
I don't think so.
But the main one you'll experience
if you're in the capital.
In the capital is the one when you're going to Boca Chica. It's 100 pesos. But here's the thing, like, try to have change. Because you just never know, right? You know what I'm saying? You got 1,000 pesos or something like that.
They won't take bills over 1,000. Like they won't take the 2,000. They won't take bills over 1,000.
Okay.
And the 100 pesos is round trip. Right? Yeah. It's like you only pay one time.
You pay going and when you come back,
like
good.
If you're going to the airport or whatever. But when you come back, it's free because you already paid both ways. They do that as a way to make it faster.
Right. Right. So just be aware, you know, you can kind of see the signs on which one have, you know, to pull to. And even if you accidentally pull to the wrong one, they're still, you know, you just have to reach up because it'll probably be the ones for the truck.
Yeah, like exactly. The ones that it'll have like a little picture of like a bus, it'll have a picture of a car, it'll have a picture of a truck. So you know what lane to go into. Yep. But like if you happen to go into the wrong lane, you just probably going to have to get out of the car and reach up to him, whatever.
Yeah. But how you 100 peso, you know, nothing is much easier or something. But don't get caught like, you know, you got a 2,000 peso or you got some dollar bills.
We also have a lane for like speed pay or like easy pay.
It's like an easy pass.
Like easy pass. Exactly. That's what you guys have. Yeah. We have one of those too. You just, you know, go online.
You think they would take dollars, like American dollars, if you were trying to come through? I wonder.
I don't think so. How would you give back?
They probably wouldn't even know, but yeah, because sometimes like there's still some guys that really don't understand how important it is to exchange your bills into pesos.
Right.
And how to do it. But a lot of time, I don't even know if they accept dollar bills when you go through. It probably would just be problematic. I don't know if they're not going to like hold you hostage, I don't think. You know what I'm saying?
No, they tend to be pretty friendly. It just would be a little
problematic.
Let's say in case of an emergency, you only have that. You give it to them.
Give them a couple dollars. And
they won't be able to give you any change back.
No, they probably won't.
Yeah.
Yeah, they probably won't. So now we're going to get to, this is the last one. And this is something relatively new out here, so we're going to talk about it. Which one is it, beautiful lady? Speed traps. You know, they got their little radar guns now, you know what I mean? They out there, the little radar guns, you know, you know, it's up there while you coming. Look, it's mainly on the highway, You know, especially when we're talking about going through the toll and now you out there pushing, like you might be trying to go out toward La Romana, you might be trying to go out toward anywhere in that direction, Wandolio and all in places like that, right? They out there now. So be aware that they will put that gun on you and clock you.
Put that gun on you.
Yeah, they're gonna draw out on you how that thing. Yeah, they be out there just like that, right? But I'm gonna give you a tip. Once you get out into that open highway, stay toward the middle lane. Because they're really gonna get the ones that are in that lane that's what we would consider the slow lane. The lane on your right is where they would get, because say you are in that slow lane and there are other cars in it, because when you get right out there on the highway, it's really like 2 lanes mostly. When you start getting out there,
2 or 3,
2 or 3, right? It's not 4 lanes or whatever. But the cars that are in that farther lane, y'all might be all going the same speed, but they're gonna get you. You know what I'm saying? So just be aware. Try to drive more toward the middle lane and stuff. It may be a little more bumpy sometimes because that's what makes you get in that other lane. But that's where the speed traps be, where they out there with that radar gun that they just got. You know, and they out there playing with them. You know what I mean? So drive toward that more of that middle lane when you get out on that open highway, and you should be cool. They clock you in kilometers. You know, I still drive in miles per hour. I ain't really, switched over to kilometers and stuff because I really still can gauge how fast I'm going anyway, with that. But when it gets down to exactly how fast you're going, they're going to be talking about kilometers and you won't know. And plus, you don't want to get pulled over anyway with that. You'll be saying you're Americano, and then next thing you might try to, just give him a little, slide him a little something to make it, to make it go away. But it might be a little higher, you know what I mean? Like, you end up having to slide him, a couple thousand pesos or something. You sitting there like, oh, they pulled me over and I had to give them 5,000 pesos, which is like, so we just trying to show you how to avoid that. I mean, we got in a speed trap once, but he was cool. You know what I mean? We wasn't really going that fast.
It was a good experience.
Yeah, we weren't going fast.
I think it was just a routine stop. Yeah. We really weren't going fast at all. So he just stopped us and we were cool. He asked us questions. We showed him everything we had.
Yep.
And he just said, okay, have a great day. Enjoy your day.
Yep. And so, yeah, I wasn't really going over speed limit like that.
No.
You know what I mean? But we were in that lane.
Yeah.
And so they're going to try to, they out there. And so, they're going to try to stay busy or whatever. So it wasn't really a bad experience. And, when I have her with me, she's going to speak a little more Spanish, you know what I mean? And, holla at him, he see her, like, okay, he got him a little joint with him. So, you know what I'm saying? We're going to let him make it. Yeah, we're going to let him make it. You know what I'm saying? Like, right.
Well, he's actually very charming, too. He's very nice to people. He has a couple of words that he knows how to do, and he'll shake their hand, and, he'll introduce himself. And he's cool. He's a cool guy. Yeah. That is something that we do have here. When you approach people with respect, it's easier to deal with them. Yeah. Yeah.
I don't feel like respect. When I'm in America, when the cops pull me over that we don't know how this is going to go. It just, I all these years that I've been here, I do not have that feeling, and so I don't carry it like that. I never feel that way. Like I say, our joke was when I see the cops, like riding next to us, I speed up, you know what I mean? Because it's just not really a thing. You know what I'm saying? I drove, it's not like that. It's not the same.
No.
There are guys who will try to convince you that it's the same, but those are the guys that, always, no matter where they go, they're going to say it's the same and they're going to talk about this or that. But I've been here. I don't have no problems. You know what I mean? I'm not the lightest fella, you know what I'm saying? So you can't blame it on that, so I don't have no experiences like that. All the experiences that I've had, like, let's say I get one bad cop. I can't even complain because I never had no experiences like that since I've been here. It's been all, regular. Because most of the time, look, I drive like them and then drive like me too. So I don't have no problem if they pull me over, you know what I'm saying, or something.
I think the worst
routine.
Yeah, I think the worst experience we've ever had with an Ahmed wasn't even a bad experience. I think, I don't know if we turned when we weren't supposed to turn or we kept going in a yellow or something. And the Ahmed pulled us over, said, do you know what you did? We were like, no. You did this and this and this and this. I'm gonna write you a ticket. Wrote us a ticket and went on their way. It wasn't even like a long drawn out conversation.
Yeah, the worst experience is just actually getting the ticket.
Yeah, and it wasn't disrespectful. It wasn't mean. It wasn't rude.
No, I had no guns pulled on
Thank
us.
you very much.
Know what I mean? It wouldn't even almost no guns.
We didn't realize it, and then they were like, "That's okay. Have a great day." That was the worst experience we've ever had.
That's it. Nothing. I don't even think about it. So, look, overall, you're going to make it. It's just going to be adventurous. You know what I mean? So, hope you enjoyed that video. You know, again, one time we tried to ask you to, like and subscribe a little too early, and it just felt strange.
It was weird.
But we're going to ask you now.
Yeah.
Like and subscribe. Love, Purpose, and Passports. Hope you enjoyed the video. Peace.
Adios.